all flats, they're sometimes an upcharge because now it's all meat. You don't have to worry about like sticking your tongue through
Oh
the
yeah, it is all meat.
bones or, you know.
And I thought I was going to make you look bad.
No, you did good.
And I got the whole thing out.
Now, Michelle, can you do it real quick? I'm going to hand you this. I didn't touch this. The camera went out.
Oh, crap.
Can you show it for the camera real quick?
Sure.
And we're going to have it back on here.
So I'm going to so you just take the wing, and I'm just going to twist it back and forth because those bones could just crack. And I'm going to look for the one bone first, and I'm going to go, I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to twist it around. Oops, it's not going to twist because my fingers are greasy. Okay, so I'm just twisting it out,
Okay.
and it's going to come straight out. So there's the bone. And then I'm going to go do the same thing with the other bone, because in the flat, there's 2 bones, right? So in a drum, there's 1 bone, but a bunch of stuff at the top that you can't eat. So I'm going to go ahead and twist it again,
Okay.
and then it comes right out.
There
So
we
now
go.
I
It
have
was
bone-
actually super easy. I didn't
Yeah.
think I'd be able to do it,
Yeah,
honestly.
the boneless wing. So if it's not cooked well, then it won't come out as easily. But if
Yeah.
it's cooked really well, it should come out super easy, just like that. So now I
Wow.
have a boneless wing.
That's a good for people like who dip theirs in sauce and then dip theirs in
exactly.
like,
Like
their
I
ranch
said,
and
I mean,
stuff.
I was amazed when I saw that, and now maybe flats all the time for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Easier to dunk this too. I have sauce on the side.
Now, for the people watching, we have some pictures of the wings for your number 4 of your top 4 wings. Can you tell us some people about number 4 then?
Sure. So I love chicken wings. I love chicken wings all the time. My 4th favorite chicken wing in Pittsburgh is from the Big Ham Tavern, which is in Mount Washington. And
Those are good.
They're so good, and they're nice and they're meaty. We were talking about that. They're not cheap and skimpy wings. They do sell it by market price though. And Big Ham Tavern has over 40 sauces and rubs for their wings. Right
Go
now.
with the gnarly sauce there. I think it's called gnarly.
Gnarly?
It's like a hot barbecue hybrid.
Okay.
Good.
They
That's what I
do. Well, on the menu, they separate them out by mild, medium, and hot.
Yeah.
The one you're looking at right now is the BT sauce, which is the Big and Tavern #1 selling sauce, which is sort of like a buffalo sauce, but maybe a little bit creamier.
Okay.
So it was really delicious. It was hard to stop eating those but I had to because there was a second order of wings on the table, and I had to scoot over to those.
Yeah. Now everyone watching is seeing the next wings. It looks like a dry rub on the next one.
So the next one is a dry rub, and the same thing. This is Big M Tavern. It's called the Coyote, and they claim it's a cult classic. And I asked them like, "What's in this?" Because it's beautiful to look at. It kind of had like a sweet taste to it, maybe some onion, salt in there, pepper for sure. It kind of reminded me of a a rib rub.
Okay.
But when I asked them what was in it, they told me they would have to kill me. So
That's what everybody
I feel like you
says.
get that answer a lot.
I get that answer a lot, but like I thought maybe if
It's
I'd-
never like we're gonna maim you. We're just
Yeah.
gonna shoot you in
We're
the
just gonna
knee.
yeah, if we tell you, we're
It's
gonna shoot
yeah.
you. But I thought
There's
maybe
no
because they had
middle
the
ground.
camera, maybe they would just like give me a bone or let me.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So, anyways, so those were really good as well. So both of those come in at number 4 for me. Both of those come in at number 4, Big M Tavern, and they've won lots of awards for their wings over the years, too. So
They look very, very good. You're going number 4 with them.
number 4 with them.
Now let's get into number 3 because these look super good too.
So number 3, so this is Hogheads. It's in a small place between Millville and North Hills, and it's a pretty unassuming area. It's residential. I probably never would have found that place if I hadn't just been up there completely randomly. But they had the most amazing wings as well, and their sauces are all house made. The owner's there every day. They have a cook that comes in to make the sauces fresh and the ranch dressing fresh, and they were delicious. So the one that you're looking at right now,
Do they make fresh blue cheese?
they had the fresh blue cheese, but I didn't like it as much as the
Yeah.
ranch. I mean, there was no blue cheese.
She's from Pittsburgh, guys. Cut her some slack.
The Heinz Ranch.
But the ranch, no,
you got to
the ranch
make
had-
that sometime.
They had a little bit of dill in the ranch and stuff, but this is the spicy garlic parmesan.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, it
That
was
looks
so good. And the wings were nice and crispy. I think that they might toss in a little bit of cornstarch there. Sometimes they do that to make them crispier. And they were just super, super crispy, even with all that sauce on there. And the sauce, like I said, was amazing. And I had 2 orders of wings there as well. And so the second one was their Carolina Gold,
Okay, yeah.
which is, I think, the next photo that's coming up. And it was a mustard-based sauce.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it was also just a little bit spicy and tangy. And I woke up thinking about it the next day. And I went to Giant Eagle. I'm like, I'm going to find some Carolina Gold. And so I did. I made
Like
some.
Cattleman's.
Cattleman's? Is that the
Cattleman's like a Carolina Gold. Yeah, it's like a mustard-based barbecue Carolina.
There's a couple of them. I got
Yeah.
Sticky Fingers
Yeah.
barbecue
Sticky Fingers,
sauce,
yeah.
which I think is like a small batch.
I don't like a mustard. I like more like a smokier, like a traditional barbecue, like a barbecue sauce for something like that. Or if I'm gonna get wings, I'm gonna get buffalo or something like
Buffalo.
that. But I can't do mustard.
I figured if I brought 4 orders of wings that
Yeah.
were all buffalo, you guys would have got pretty bored. So I tried to like branch out to the different sauces that they were.
Oh
on.
no,
So-
no, you're good. It looks delicious.
Yes.
I just have a
So I always
a
ask,
12-year-old palate.
What's your favorite? What's the most ordered wing sauce here? And that's usually what I go with.
Yeah.
So we're moving on down to my number 2 pick.
Wait, well, before we talk about that, we're talking about blue cheese and ranch.
Oh, gosh.
Are you a celery or a carrot stick?
A celery all the way.
Yeah.
Celery.
Agreed. Celery.
Yeah, celery.
Seneca, where you
You have
go?
to choose between. I mean, I thought.
And I like it when they
come
peel
both,
it,
right?
too.
They always go celery with it. You could
Yeah.
do celery plain, celery carrot stick.
Yeah.
I like when they peel the celery too. When they
Oh,
they're
yeah.
already peeled.
Yeah,
Man,
I
so
agree with
good.
that.
What is that? I've only seen
Because it's
celery.
got the little
The
things called
strings.
strings.
It has those little
So if they
They
strings.
actually
just
bite
give
it,
you
it's
the
like
strings?
No, they
or they
peel-
take
no,
them
they
out.
They
take
take
them
them out.
out.
Ow.
They
What
take
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
so
much
much
better.
thing
so
I've
much
ever
better.
heard.
It's so,
So
much,
much
better.
better.
Then you don't have to worry about like choking
It's
on
like
it.
biting corn on the cob when it has all of like little strings in it. It's disgusting.
They like they debone.
I've never
They
heard of this in
debone
my
the
life.
celery.
Cool.
You've never heard of shaving or
No, I didn't know
Oh,
that
it's
happened.
so much better.
it's so
Damn.
much like it's
Yeah.
so much,
So
it's so
much
much
better.
easier to
I guess I'm
eat.
missing
You're
out,
not picking
man.
it out of your
I'm
mouth.
not gonna knock
Right.
it until I try it, I suppose, but I've never heard of it.
Very
All right, let's go to number 2, B's. These ones, I think they look the best. At least if I was gonna try any of the pictures that you showed me, I think this is the one I'd go with.
So I mean, these wings right here are from Chicken and Bubbly, which is in Oakland, and it's a really small place. I mean, it's predominantly takeout. I don't even know if they had chairs in there. They had some chairs outside in the sidewalk where if you wanted to eat. They have some other Asian type foods in there like dumplings and bubble tea, but these are the sweet and spicy.
I
Chicken
guess
wings.
that's the bubbly for the chick and bubbly.
Yep, chicken bubbly.
Chicken and
So I did have bubble tea when I was there actually, and dumplings and a few other things, but I couldn't resist. But these right here, I watched them hand battered. Those are battered wings. So compared to the other ones, which were just fried, these were battered, and I watched them do it. So when I walked in, I ordered them. They went back and they hand battered them and fried them. They were super crispy. I didn't mind that the sauce was on them because they were so crispy, and that sauce was nice and sweet and tangy.
well, that's what Seneca was just saying. If you do the wing right, then you should be able to
Should
have the
okay.
sauce on it.
But these
Yeah.
were amazing. I would go back every day to try those again. Maybe a little bit of green onion may have,
Yeah,
may have topped that off.
it would because I'm looking at it. It looks like a dense sauce on top of that. It
was
looks
a pretty
really
thick-
good, but that freshness on top from the green onion. I mean, I would probably have somebody take all the strands out of the green onion so it wasn't in my teeth.
You
You're
peel,
so
you
But
chop
yeah,
it up,
no, I
chop
don't-
it up.
It's kind of like eating corn on the cob with the silk still
Yeah,
in it.
that's the worst, man.
It's a good reference. That was a good reference.
It was a good reference. It was. They were delicious. Some green onion would have helped, but but they were amazing, and they're right down by UPMC. So they're super busy and super popular down there.
Oh, they look delicious. I'm definitely gonna have to stop. I'm down there occasionally.
So can I have a drum roll for like number 1?
Yeah, a
Like
drum.
a chicken drum roll.
Yeah, like a chicken.
Oh,
wait, maybe we
shit.
should do it this way, like with the wings.
Yeah, exactly.
Drumstick roll.
A drumstick roll.
I did have a drum roll in here. I don't have it anymore.
No drum roll. Okay.
Ding.
That was so good,
Oh,
Chris.
there they are. So these are my current favorite wings in Pittsburgh, and this is from Southern Tier Brewing Company, and these wings are smoked. They
Okay.
do a dry rub on them, then they smoke them, and they top them with their wow. Then they top them with their IPA barbecue sauce.
Oh,
and
shit.
they are delicious. I mean, they fall right off the bone, and they serve them with French fries, just like you see them right there, and a side of ranch. Sorry, Senator.
Oh no.
Well, you know why they're the number one wings to you?
Why is that?
Because Southern Tier is a Western New York brewery. It's Western New York chicken wings, so they're just bringing it down to you. That's for Western New York, Jamestown,
So, but you're
Lakewood.
saying they're predominantly
Well-
better wings in Western New York.
I'm saying that your number one is a Western New York chicken wing place.
They
and
are
beer.
they are chained, so they do have other locations, but this one's right in the north side down in Pittsburgh.
That one is like what I was saying earlier because I've had wings from there. I stopped down. It was probably in the fall, or it doesn't matter when it was. It was a couple months ago. But I stopped down and got wings there. I got just the traditional
here?
buffalo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were delicious. They were really good. I mean, if you just do your basic buffalo one right,
Right.
and use a quality chicken wing and just do it right, you're not going to go wrong if you
Yeah.
just get good quality things. Their wing, it's like a plump, drumstick. It's the big flat. It's everything you want in
So
a
the-
wing. They just use quality wings.
Yeah.
Well, the flats we deboned today were from there as well. I just got them without sauce, so it wouldn't be all mucky while we were
Messy.
trying to do it on camera.
Right.
But there is some buffalo wing sauce over there, so those were from there as well. They do different kinds of
I'm
wings.
gonna
But
crush those
ones-
wings over there after we're done with this.
Yeah.
Right. So I brought some. I
So
brought some in
good.
today, and we've already been gnawing on those. But they're amazing. So the Southern Tier Smoked wings are my number
Yeah,
one
they're
pick right now.
delicious.
For
Hell yeah.
wings in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to coming up?
So I got a couple things I'm really looking forward to the next couple weeks. One is the Pierogi Festival. So on Friday, September the 9th, the Pierogi Festival will be at Kennywood Park.
Okay.
You have to have an admission ticket for the Pierogi Festival. It does not include pierogies, but it's always a good time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just so you guys know. Just so you know,
To get in, but to eat.
You have,
Okay.
you have to get in, then you pay for your pierogies. I just want to make sure I put that out there. I don't want people like showing up and, yeah, Michelle said we can have pierogies. But all the
There's
best...
nothing when you go to Kennywood that's free.
Nothing.
Nah.
No, you're right.
Never.
But this is a
Funnel
good time.
cake is like $13.
No, 15.
Yeah, is that what it is?
It's going up.
I thought I was exaggerating. And
No,
I was
I don't know.
$2 under.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
They'll have a nice one for fall, though. They usually do like an apple one or
The
something.
people in Buffalo said the price of funnel cake should be a lot lower, though.
They did say that.
I know. We're charging too much down here.
Hey, deep fried white trash. Don't try to slip it past us.
Cheaper
Hey,
funnel
man,
cakes in New York.
Kennywood's the place to go for it, then.
Right, exactly. Anyway, so Pierogi Festival on the
Dip that funnel cake in ranch dressing.
Jeez.
I like that. That might
Like
be
a true
I like
Western
that.
Pennsylvania.
That'd be pretty good, actually. Yeah, so that's from 4:30 to 9. Make sure you get your tickets in advance. And then the second thing I'm looking forward to is I'm going to Wiz Khalifa concert at Star Lake Amphitheater on Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
And we're taking pictures of his new bowls. And I can't, the name of the restaurant's escaped me, but he has a thing right there inside of Star Lake, and I'll report back to you guys. And maybe he'll come out and pose for a picture with us.
Are
But-
they like acai bowls or
Oh my
whatever?
God, No,
Or-
no. They're totally Inzer bowls. So we got like tater tots
French
in
fries?
there.
Yeah, okay.
They got the mac and yellow cheese.
It's just
Which
French
I love
fries,
that.
chipped ham,
You
and
guys totally
ranch
missed
and
it.
ketchup.
Which I love
The
that.
mac and yellow cheese.
Yeah.
Mac and yellow, mac and yellow.
Wiz
Okay, never mind.
Khalifa.
It's Wiz Khalifa. Yeah, never mind.
Did you say whose was?
what?
I did, but that's fine. We can move on.
We should.
Maybe we should.
Let's.
We should.
I want to touch on the stuff to do in Pittsburgh real quick,
Yeah.
so we can talk to Seneca about some comedy because that's. I'm really wanting to get into a lot of that. So we're gonna listen to the weekend guide from stuff to do in Pittsburgh, and then we're gonna talk to Seneca. Unless there's anything else you'd like to say real quick.
No, I'm
Michelle.
good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those photos. And don't forget to vote for Pittsburgh Foodie Girls for best Instagram account.
I'm gonna.
Thank you.
Now, I believe Liz is doing it this week for stuff to do in Pittsburgh, so we're going to listen to some of the best things this weekend.
Hey everyone, it is Liz from Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh, and we're back again this week to tell you some of the best events happening in Pittsburgh this weekend. Of course, we have a great list, but we're going to start it off with the Pittsburgh Veg Fest. This is one of our favorites. There is going to be tons of vendors, all vegan, all vegetarian items, so bring your kids. It's family friendly. There's going to be live music, shopping, of course, tons of great food. Next up, we have Summer Sounds. This one is at the Hazelwood Green Plaza. This is so much fun. They have been doing events all summer long, so if you haven't got the chance to attend one yet, this is their last Summer Sounds of the summer. This is another one that is family friendly, of course, so there's going to be kids' crafts and activities, even a water station, and of course, awesome live music. Next up, we have tailgates at the terminal, and this is happening, of course, at the Strip District Terminal. So bring your furry friends, enjoy live music, food, drinks, outdoor games, and of course, pet-friendly activities. This is a great event. The Humane Animal Rescue of Pittsburgh will be there passing out goodies for your little furry friends. And we even hear that there are some pets that may be up for adoption. So head out this weekend, check out all these events, and there are even tons more happening this weekend. Check out all the details in our weekend guide. See you next week, guys.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The wonderful ladies from Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh. Liz this week. Shay, out of the Veg Fest, the Vegetable Fest, the Summer Sounds, and Tailgates at the terminal, which one sticks out to you?
Tailgates.
I think that,
Food and booze.
I think that's come up a couple times.
Animals.
They've
That's
done the
animals, right?
tailgate.
Oh, was it? Is that the one? Bring your furry friend.
Was that the furry friend one?
Yeah,
I forgot
absolutely.
about that part.
Bring your furry friend to that one. That is the one at the tailgate. They do a bunch of pet-related activities. They're like giving. I saw on the thing they're giving away dog ice cream by Salty Paws. It's a dog
Nice.
bar and bakery.
That's cool.
It's
Okay.
a dog bar. I'm interested.
Let's
what's
find
up
out.
there. Yeah, and then
Come to my
there's-
house. You can watch me get my dog drunk anytime you want. Get my dog's tossed.
we're gonna live stream the dogs getting fucked up. Yeah, go down tailgates on terminal. See Seneca's dog fucked up.
There we go.
Pizza from Black Dog, wood-fired pizza, mobile bars, and there's a DJ there, Shay. So
I love a good DJ.
Do you?
That's what gets me in trouble. Yeah. Oh yeah.
A good DJ gets you in
play
trouble.
one good song, I'm lit. Before the song's over, I'm smashed.
Yeah?
Dancing out there by
completely drunk.
herself.
Oh
You're,
yeah. I'm
you're
yeah.
drunk on music.
Oh, it helps.
Yeah.
It helps.
It's something that's going alongside it. It might not be the
Yes.
cause, but
Yes, absolutely. I wonder what the Veg Fest is like though. Like I don't know. I wouldn't go to
Are
Do you
there-
that.
think
are
they
there
strip
food
the
trucks?
celery when they?
That's the only way I would ever go.
they probably have a whole thing on the side where they have the teaching things with like the
You guys should go
the
to
3 to
it.
6 year olds where they
learn
learn
a little
how to I don't know. I was gonna say debone again, debone the
Yeah, you
celery.
debone your
Celery.
celery.
Yeah, I don't know.
Debone the celery.
Michelle's
It's a
showing
lot
us to
better that
debone the
way.
wing. We debone the celery, and then it's all good to go.
Okay, next time I'm gonna
That'll
bring
be the
celery and
next
show you
time.
guys how it's done.
I
Yes.
can't believe that there's people who do this. I've never heard of. I like watch.
it's-
I work in a restaurant. I watch like chef shows all the time. I like being in with food and stuff.
Right.
I've never heard of somebody who like takes the.
They
Are
like
they called
sh-
strings?
it's like
What,
shucking-
what are they
shucking
called?
the
Do we even
celery.
know?
It's like shucking, exactly like
shucking
shucking
the-
celery.
it's like
It's
shucking
amazing
celery.
though when you don't have to worry about picking the strings out of there.
It's so gross.
I'm bringing
I
it next
hate the
time. We're gonna do
strings.
that as an experiment next
I
time.
agree. I like that idea.
But the Veg Fest is over by the Children's Museum East or Allegheny Commons East over on the north side. So from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then we have the Summer Sounds. That's in Hazelwood Green Plaza.
That sounds fun too.
They're taking.
Yeah.
I don't know when. I think that's a newer venue, but it seems like every weekend they're doing something there. Something
Yeah.
cool. Click through their weekend guide because I didn't write it all down, but there's a bunch of food things. There's kid activities. There's like silk screening for kids. There's a bunch of different restaurants and food truck. So definitely click through their weekend guide and find out all about them through that. All right. Shay, I'm happy to see you. You just got back from vacation, man.
I
How was
did get back from vacation.
Man, look at her tan too. She's got
I'm
it going on.
Super tan. I got a good tan there. We only went to the beach. I was there for 6 days. We went for I think we went 3 days out of the 6 because it was a bad overcast. It was a lot of fun. I got super drunk the first day.
Hell yeah.
The first night that I was there, we got there probably 8:00 at night on Saturday. I was sleep deprived because I had worked my overnight shift. We left as soon as I got off.
Nice.
We got there, we unpacked everything. I went down to there was 3 bars within this hotel.
Yeah.
One of them had a DJ.
Oh yeah.
Hey, there you go.
You know how
So
she
I got
gets.
lit. I got super
If
drunk.
they play the
Then
right
jump to
song,
other two,
yeah.
other 2 bars then after.
I didn't visit the other 2 bars that night.
What was the song that got you torched? What was the one that he played?
Honestly,
was it Celine Dion?
Was it Dead Mouse or Avicii?
it's always the real stupid ones that you have dances to, like the cha-cha slide or Cupid Shuffle. And I'm like, this is my song. And I'm like the only person on the dance floor. I talked to the bartender the next day who I actually didn't recognize at all. And he told me that I looked like Bambi because I just kept swaying back and forth.
Oh gosh.
I got my phone
I
stolen
thought
that
you were
night.
Bambi
said there's a
because
shark attack,
your
too.
mother was dead.
No, not that. No. Someone stole my phone that night. I completely blacked out. Couldn't find my room. Was pounding on some guy's door at 2:30 in the morning,
This rules.
yelling
DJ.
at him.
It was the DJ.
Yeah, probably.
Play more of that.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
Cupid
I-
Shuffle. Cupid Shuffle.
Exactly. If he was playing that, I would have definitely been in the room for sure.
Got a cha-cha real smooth for everybody.
Yeah, it gets me.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. The weather was absolutely beautiful. Monday there was a shark attack. I didn't get to see it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, for sure.
Sad.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see it. But she's okay. She didn't lose a limb. She had a couple hundred stitches, and she went about her business. So
I saw a
for
picture
her.
of it, and she had a cast or something on her forearm.
yeah.
On the beach. Like, who goes back to the beach the next day? It's her and her son on the beach.
It was her
and
grandson. Her grandson was 10
Oh,
feet.
she's a gilf then, for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. There was a lot of gilfs there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. He was 10 feet away from her and was just watching her be
Hell
attacked
yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
It was crazy. He was talking to the news people and he's just yeah, I mean, I'll probably never go in the water again. I'm like, I feel that. There was another one there, but the story wasn't big enough for me to talk about. So, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Well, Shay, we're happy to have you back.
I'm happy to be
Happy
back.
to have you back, Shay.
Thank you so
all,
much.
all in one piece.
All my limbs, yeah.
now Seneca.
Oh, and I got my phone back in case anybody cared.
That's kind of
well, we saw you.
I got my phone
But
back.
we're happy for you, Shay. We're happy for you to be back and your phone to be back.
your phone.
all together.
That's what I really cared about.
Now, I would like to talk to Seneca a little bit because he's been such a good a guest so far.
good sport.
Dealing with I mean, not dealing with. He's all about the wings. He's a wing connoisseur, man.
I wanted to hear what you guys are saying. So
Yeah. No.
jump in early.
Oh yeah, no. I always like to hear different people's perspectives, and someone from Buffalo. I mean, you hear the Buffalo wing. It's like when people talk about barbecue and stuff. It's like from being Kansas City or something,
Right,
Carolina
right.
or whatever.
That's generally how you know someone's a hack because no one calls them buffalo wings in Buffalo. They're just called chicken wings.
Yeah.
So when you see buffalo wings somewhere, you're like, that ain't real. dude."
So if you go to a place and they just say wings, you're expecting buffalo sauce.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be whatever, but I
Yeah.
just know that when people say buffalo wings as opposed to chicken wings, no one says buffalo wings in Western New York.
If you want buffalo sauce on wings, what do you order then?
You get wings and they'll just give you, I mean, if it's a normal place, it might just be like hot, medium,
Okay,
mild,
yeah.
whatever.
Okay, I
you
gotcha.
kind of wings, but most people have different sauces now, so it's not a given.
Yeah.
So like buffalo sauce isn't like a big deal. It's like not a thing.
Well, no, I mean, buffalo's what the most popular
like
one is.
the
I'm just
standard.
saying, like, if you go somewhere and they say, we have buffalo wings on our menu,
You're gonna be like, what? That's
they're
weird.
just called chicken wings there.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I'm saying.
It just sounds like an outsider coming in and
It's all
saying
it
like,
is.
Yeah.
like American hot dog from like not even hot dogs or something. Like you can pick up on things where it's like something seems a little off.
Where you're like,
So,
you're not from here.
You're pretending to be like it's like when people try to be too Pittsburgh and say yins in like every third
Yeah.
sentence. Like I don't know anybody from Pittsburgh who uses yins that
No.
much. Like
Yeah.
you're just trying to placate to the people listening.
Yeah.
But in addition to being a wing connoisseur, Seneca also does stand-up comedy. So that's kind of the reason I wanted to have him on. But Seneca, how long have you been doing stand-up now?
I don't know. It's been about. I mean, I don't know if you count the pandemic, takes it away. But probably if you throw the pandemic years that no one did anything, like 6 years, six
Okay,
plus
yeah.
years now. Yeah.
So
I think
how,
everybody says that doesn't count the pandemic.
I mean, it's I mean, it's how many? Yeah, I started in 2016 ish.
Did you ever do like the weird, like some people did like live on the
Improv?
computer,
Oh,
shows.
Zoom
During
stuff?
like during
Yeah.
COVID?
Oh yeah, I did some Zoom shows. I did a couple when it first started. They suck.
Yeah, I feel like it would be really weird.
I've never heard one person was like the
That was
Zoom
awesome.
show killed, man.
yeah, right. That was my
It's just-
favorite.
I think everybody just wanted something to do, and you
Yeah.
have to keep doing it. I hosted.
You can only
Some
masturbate
roast.
so many times, Shay.
Right, I know.
I don't
Trust
know.
me.
I'm trying to disprove that theory. Yeah, I hosted.
He
some
calls it
shows.
buffalo sauce.
That was smooth.
He blew cheese, all right.
And blue cheese.
Ew! Oh God! You guys are
cheese.
fucking gross. So disgusting.
That joke deserves more. on that loose cheese thing. All right. I hosted some online for a little bit for Helium Comedy Clubs.
Oh, okay.
I hosted online roast battles for a few
How do
weeks.
roast battles go? Are they worth watching for people? I don't know. I've never seen one, so I don't understand. I'm not trying to knock them at all. I don't know.
Yeah,
anything
I
about
mean,
'em.
I like that Helium had me do it. That's fun. Yeah, I mean, they can be all right if you have good people on it. If good joke writers do it, then yeah. I mean,
Is it
they're-
like a
they're
Wild
best.
and Out kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same idea. You just you rip on somebody, you make jokes about it, but there's people who are very bad at it, and it's still it's still a joke. You know, it's still you have to do something clever and you have to be artful about it. And a lot of people don't get it, so it's kind of like bad roasts sound bad and they don't get any laughs because
Right.
people think just saying something mean
Yeah.
is a punch, like as a joke,
Yeah.
and it's not.
Right.
So low level roasts can be bad, but you know, for the clubs, they had good people doing it, so you know they can be pretty funny.
Oh yeah, I love an actual roast where you have people that are in it and like the people that understand like it's all fun and stuff. I feel like people who
who get
if-
like offended. And
almost
stuff.
like friends going up against each other in a roast battle would be funnier, I think, than people who like
Yeah.
were just
don't
going
know
up.
each other or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually, it's funny. The guy who's at the Improv this weekend, he did a roast against his best friend on Comedy Central a little while ago. They're both good joke writers.
Yeah.
It was fun. They had a man and a husband and wife do it. So yeah, it's funny
Oh,
when
that would
people
be
know each
so
other.
funny.
It's pretty good.
I'd laugh at that.
Yeah.
They're also good joke writers. So I mean, it could be, you know, as long as you're good, they're a fun time.
For as far as joke writing, what's kind of your process? Do you have what's your process from having an idea to writing it out to the point you're on the stage performing it?
I'm a psycho about I get up most mornings. I get up and go through stuff. Like before I go to work or anything, I spend probably an hour or so a day running through jokes I already have or through premises. And I talk out loud like a psycho when no one's around. And I just talk through things.
Does that make you a psycho? Because I
car
literally do
too,
it all
or
the
just at
time.
home?
Just at home. So I talk through things until I find something. I have little ideas, and I just keep picking it apart more than this writing it down. And then I'll write little ideas down, take it to an open mic, and then I have to like say words so many times to kind of get comfortable so I can find the beat and the cadence for how I do it. And then I find out because you have to, things can work on paper, but then they don't work. There's a big problem. You find out like, maybe you're being clever, but it's not necessarily funny, and you need a live audience to tell you that. Yeah. Now, some audiences are bad or not, so I figure it out. On paper, it looks good. I have to say it a few times, and I'll try it at different open mics and try to gauge if the audience thinks it's funny or not, or if it's too clever and not as funny. And if certain things get laughed, you cut it off. The shitty parts, you bump up and punch up the stuff that get the laughs, and hopefully through that process, you end up with enough time to have something worthwhile.
Are you somebody who like records your stuff and then listens back to it, like somebody like a football player watching the film or whatever?
Yeah, I record every set that I do, audio wise. I started doing filming shows, not open mics, but started using video, so just to see what my nonverbal communication is and where my hands are and where I'm, maybe things you don't realize that you do when you speak and. Again, nonverbal tics and cues that are distracting to people, and so I started to do that. But also, because sometimes if you get in the moment and you're living off the audience, you may deliver things in a certain way. You know that you got the laugh. If you don't hear it back, you may not realize there was a certain cadence that brought people in, and that can be a good cue to to stick with that. Try that again the next time you go up. So.
I think that's such a good answer. That is such a cool answer from me, especially the way that my mind works. Yeah. I like hearing that because I've never done stand up, and I'm really interested in getting into it, and I'd like to. How
sad are you?
Yeah, let's not get into that. Yeah.
All right, well, there's open mics every night in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Join the club of misfits.
Hey, but there's certain things I can't even remember what the point I was getting to. Like I've tried, saying it out loud, and I'll talk to myself, and what sounds okay to me or whatever. But I think it's very cool that like somebody. I mean, like I've been talking to other comedians. I had a couple from the last couple of weeks. I think Mark Shimkitz or somebody. They were talking about Seneca's very polished. He knows what he's doing.
Said that?
Yeah.
What a sweet boy.
Yeah, no, yeah, Mark for sure said something nice about you. I've asked some other people, like when I come on, like I asked you, Chrissy Costa's coming on. Yeah. What do you think? From the last couple of weeks, I've asked, what do you think about Seneca? And everybody's like, he goes out, he works, he's really tight, and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very funny off the cuff. This is what it is. I found out that I have to, I spend a lot of time really trying to figure out how jokes work and like the mechanics of it. It's like a magic trick with words. Yeah. Ultimately, there's a bunch of different ways you do jokes. So I've always been like way more of this sounds fucking stupid, but a student of it because I think I lack the natural ability, but I'll outwork the situation, not necessarily other people, but I'll outwork the idea and like break it down and go, okay, this is how it is. And then I know what kind of a funny idea is, and then I look for the tricks in it. So when I go up on stage in open mics, there's always a purpose. I don't repeat anything, generally speaking, with a few exceptions. I won't go up and do jokes that I've already done before. I'm going to be doing a joke in a different cadence or with a different tag or in a different order every time just to figure out what the best way to do is. So it's really about, like, for me, being a technician out of necessity. Because I have friends that are funny as hell and they can just do this. They write on stage or they have a natural gift to find funny in conversation and in delivery. And for me, I know it's not my strong suit. So it's really about having to utilize the stage and the time and writing before and preparing and paying attention to what I do so I can maximize that. Because I know it's tough. It's fucking tough. So I'm just trying to do whatever I can to eliminate any of the mistakes and get better. That's the only I give a shit about really is getting better at it. So
it's cool just seeing somebody like perfecting their craft, somebody that's into something that keeps putting out effort and wanting to perfect something or getting better every time.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of people
Not just half-assing it, like, okay, I have nothing better to do on a Wednesday night, so I'm going to go out, talk about myself for 5 minutes, maybe get half a laugh, and, I'll have eyes on me. It's somebody that, I want to do this so I can perfect it, so I can go do a show, so, I can
so
do what I
people
want to
respect you
Yeah.
and you can do that. Yeah, it's because talent only gets you so far.
Yeah.
I've always been jealous of people who have good work ethic and could put their head down and get things done. And so I was a failed musician, and I used the reasons I was a failed musician is because I was like, I'm good enough and passable. And I ended up sucking. I was passable.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that I wasn't that good, but I could get by. And I just realized, well, the reason I wasn't better at that was because I didn't really actually work hard. So when I found something that I was better at, comedy than music, I was like, apply what I know I didn't do there here and do it, because talent can get you so far, but if you're not putting in the effort in something like comedy, then I don't know, you just don't make it as high up.
Do you think that from music, like, you didn't put effort in because you didn't think you were good enough kind of thing, or because
Or did you think you
lazier.
were too good?
No. I knew that I wasn't good. I was passable, and I was lazy. I played punk rock music, and I was younger, so it was just like I'm doing other things besides really honing this craft. So it was, and I knew it. I mean, I played in bands where everybody was very, very good, and I was like, I can hang in here with these guys, but it's not something that can be a career here. So
yeah, that's something I remember.
Delusion is rampant in comedy and in music and everything. So.
Well, I think kind of in a weird way, like, you almost need that delusion to propel you to a certain point. Like, if you don't think there's some point that you could be something to some point, then why even do it? Like, you have to be somewhat delusional to even put your foot into the ring.
I don't have children or anything. I just have a job, and I've always really liked stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I keep my goals very close to me, and then once I achieve that, then it's like looking further. But I mean, I know some people that are similar mindset as me, that this is about being good. There's no delusions of grandeur. There's kids who come out like very soon, and they're like, I'm going to move and be famous because I'm great. And you're like, that's adorable. And you got to have those people, because, shoot for the stars. Why not? I think I'm too old for that. There are some people out there who are like, this is about being good and better. I don't see myself becoming famous out of it. That really is just about being good, and that's it. But there are a few of us out there that do that see it for what it is. How can I squeeze the most out of this shit? But delusion does get you far. It also makes you fall farther down.
Oh yeah, I think it's for sure a double-edged sword. Like, I think if you have the delusion plus the work ethic, it works out a little bit. Like, but you can't have the delusion and just go up on stage and wing it every night. Like, if you have the delusion and then you're like, and I need to bust my ass and work harder than everyone.
Yeah.
But then it's not the delusion; it's the effort. I mean, that's what you need to do. Is just get up and keep doing it. And
there's not many people who are just like, I'm going to be famous someday, but that don't put the effort in, that even stick around. They come around all the time. Like, and I know that when I first started comedy, I know there were people who looked at me for whatever reason and were like, oh well. And it's the way everybody looks at you when you're new. They'll say, well, you'll be gone once you get over yourself. You're not going to be around in 2 years. And it's very true. There's a lot of people who come in and they're like, I'm going to be famous. All right, well, talk to me. In 3 years, we'll see if you're still coming out every night and you're still a part of this.
Yeah. I feel like that's what people have told us just from doing this podcast. I mean, we've been doing it for a little over a year now, but it's like the biggest thing that I've gotten out of just doing this is just like, it keeps me disciplined that I have to do something every Monday. Like, it forces me to do this. And like, that's so against me. Like in school, like I'd like half-ass it, do it at the last minute because I could get by doing that.
Yeah.
I don't want to anymore. I want to do this, and like doing this keeps me on the right path for other
Talent
things.
Can be a motherfucker. It'll convince you that you don't have to work as hard and stuff. And you can have very real talent, but it'll convince you to slack off. And having something like this, a creative outlet that keeps you to a schedule and keeps you working at something. Yeah. That's good, man. Gotta have it.
Do you feel like your on-stage persona is pretty much the same as you outside or off the stage?
I don't know. It changes. You change so much when you're writing. I'll tell you, I saw a video. You work towards that goal. That's you're a slightly exaggerated version of yourself.
Right.
I think a lot about and talk to people about who you are and what you put out there, whether it be what type of jokes you tell, or what the crowd perceives you to be,
Yeah.
whether it's a smart-ass, snarky person or a self-deprecating whatever person or a I'm kind of dumb. What do people see you as? And I already lost what you just asked me.
Do you feel like? Do you feel like?
The same person? Yeah. So you see the same person. Only recently have I started to feel like I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm being more myself, and I'm saying the things I want to, because you have to learn how to tell jokes first.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna say a bunch of bullshit that like this is a punchline, but it's teaching yourself how to write the joke.
Yeah.
But I've started to just eschew all of these jokes that I know get laughs because they're jokes that don't have any bearing on what I really think anymore. I saw a video from my first. I was very lucky. I got into clubs. Shout out Helium Buffalo. They gave me a shot really early in comedy. I got a weekend at an A club like 10 months in, and and it was more that I think that they saw how I was driving from Pittsburgh back and forth and sleeping on couches just every week just to get a shot there. And I think they're like, all right, give this psycho a shot. Yeah. And I saw a video where I was getting laughs, but I could see me on stage. And I could see that people were like, oh, you're a confident person. And I was like, I can tell that he's not confident. I can see, personally, I know that he's faking it. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't then. Only recently have I started, and I'm like 6 years in or more, that I'm starting to say the jokes that I want to say and be calm on stage and not oversell jokes because it's weaker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm starting to be, but it's still tough to get there.
Let's see. I wrote a bunch of stuff down because there's a bunch of stuff I wanted to ask you, and it threw me off because not that it threw me off, but there's a lot of people we have come on here, and it's just like, well, yeah, I do this, and it's not that it's a hobby because they take it seriously, but I do like not like it's a nerd thing, but like the how seriously you take it and want to perfect it, and I think that's very cool because and maybe it's just because like that's how I am. I'm the guy who alphabetizes his DVDs and likes to color code his index cards and stuff like that because I like that, and then I like to see the progression of this. And like, I mean, I'm sure you know, and we've asked people before, like when you look back at it and see, okay, so I did this joke this time and I worded it this way, and then I did it this way, and I just swapped this, and it got, a bigger thing. Do you see that happening? Just from looking back, oh, I just changed this word and made a whole difference.
Yeah, and you got to kill your children all the time because you'll get used to especially when you first start out, you get a pop or you get a laugh on one line that you delivered. You're like, well, that's the line.
You just hammer it.
And you do that forever. And then you look back at it 6 months later and you're like, oh, I should have said it this way. And then you change it and it's better. You do a lot of things where you'll say something and you'll throw it away and then you can circle back to it. I've done that a lot recently coming out of COVID, going back to things where they weren't any good or they were worded poorly or the premise was half-baked that I had written down or that I had recordings of. And now that I'm a better writer, I can go back and say, oh, this will actually work right in here, and I can drop it into this, or this never had a home, now it can exist in this bit. Oh, these words need to be switched. Now it's pretty commonplace. Now I know that that's just part of the process for me, is flipping words and changing what goes here and what goes there. That's how I write anyways before I even make it to stage. Honestly, my most writing like in the morning is doing exactly that. I'll find one joke that I kind of do, and I'll switch words, and I'll have 3 different versions of the same word. I'll have different order for the premise and then the punchline and the tag, different words for the tag. Yeah. See if I can use that tag in place of the punchline and reverse it. It's just part of the mixing up of everything that I do. But that's the only way I can work and make it worthwhile.
Are you somebody who like watches other people stand up? Are you, I grew up watching Carlin or Pryor or whoever.
Yeah, I mean, I love stand-up, so yeah. I mean, I watch a lot of it. I mean, good stand-up. I struggle to watch bad stand-up. I can't stay in the same room sometimes. Like, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm sure people say that about me, too, so don't get it fucking wrong. There's people like, oh, Sonic's going up. Great, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. I'm out here. But, yeah, I mean, I remember watching stand-up when I was a kid. It's the only thing, and even when people ask, well, do you want more than anything out of stand-ups? Nah, stand-up's the only thing that I really liked. Yeah. Anything like acting or even like sketch and things like that. I don't have any interest in any of it. I just like stand-up comedy.
I feel like with acting and sketch and even improv and stuff like that, like you're relying on other people as well. Like stand-up, you're up there and it's you. And it's what you say, it's what you want. And you have 100% of what you want to say.
Yeah, I want all the attention. I need external validation. That's what my therapist has been working with me on.
Yeah.
External validation, and no one else can have it. So just me alone on the stage is perfect.
Let me ask you this psych question then. Are you ever afraid, because this is a problem I have, are you ever afraid that, like, if you talk to a therapist, like, maybe it'll make you less funny?
I talked to a therapist literally today at 12 o'clock. I think that
like if your mental state is too okay, you might not be funny.
By the way, great question. Great, like looking at 100%. If you creativity, I always believed comes from struggle and things
and trauma and stuff.
It really does. I mean, when I started comedy, all of my material was just traumatic youth stuff. And growing up poor in Western New York and from a dysfunctional family, or all of my jokes, which was good because I was old enough to be open about things that maybe you shouldn't be originally. And since then, I've become a better writer and I can write about other things. And I've not phased out that stuff, but I've started to work towards maybe more universally understood things. And I do think that, my life has become better than when I first started comedy. I'm more happy. Maybe therapy works that I go, am I going to lose the edge that kind of keeps you paying attention to counterculture and to yourself? And I think that, you can. I got to check in constantly with it, because you can get comfortable and be like, what's there to complain about? So 100%. That's a very real fear of mine, is as you work out your demons that you're going to lose that ability to see the world slightly askew. Yeah,
I completely understand that. I've heard a lot of people say that. And
but also you could dig stuff up too. You also like find something that's been in an old dusty box in your attic, and you're like, what is that? Oh, that's ugly. That's probably worth it. I found a couple of those I had like not repressed memories, but like things where I'm like, oh yeah, that was fucked. I can make a joke about that, and I do that quite often.
It seemed normal at the time, but now I'm thinking
that wasn't
you shouldn't have been wearing that.
My mom telling me that I was definitely not her favorite child. She could have lied. I could probably explore that. Yeah,
you're top 4.
I don't know if that's true. She had a lot of kids. I wasn't high on it, but.
How many siblings do you have?
I grew up in a house with 6 total. Yeah. I have 8 total. Used to have 9.
Oh wow!
So. Cool.
That's a big family.
That's a big family.
Yeah. So.
Shay, you have a big family too. I have a big family. I understand that entirely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm the oldest though. Where do you fall in line?
Second.
I'm second oldest.
Yeah. Second oldest, there's it's a little bit more difficult than that, but we don't have all the time. I already went over this with a therapist today.
I feel like for the birth order, if there's more than 2, second is unless there's 3, then you're the middle. Cool. But if there's 9 or whatever, like 2,
he could be the second youngest.
Yeah, but still, then you're second youngest.
Yeah, he just said second.
Yeah.
Like specify.
Yeah, but still, if you're not the oldest or the youngest, then you're kind of in the
I'm
direct.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of all of mine.
Yeah.
Not the babe, not the oldest.
It's cool. I'm not worried about it. I'm not fretting it.
Seneca, what makes you cry at night? No, let's get real deep in this.
I cried the other day. No, I hold back tears a lot. And I heard that's probably not great. I did say, too, this is so funny I'm talking about therapy. I just started, this is, by the way, a brand new thing. I never did it before. I was like, I'm going to try it out and see if it works.
I have therapy tomorrow. I'm all about it.
I told the therapist, I was like, listen, and if you don't make me cry within 5 sessions, you're out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you can't tap in and make me fucking cry, you're not worth shit. So, no, I don't know what makes me cry. No.
I don't think I could talk to another person for like half an hour without making myself cry if I wanted to.
Oh, absolutely. I can definitely start crying mid-session, number 1.
Been here for about a half hour. You better start with the sprinkles, baby. Let's go.
I feel like I make my therapist need therapy. Yeah. Like, I just go in and run through everything. Like, don't even ask me a question. I know what I want to talk about.
Well, that was my problem before. Like, when I first went to my old therapist, I was like, this is open mic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see if I can make my therapist crack. And then I'm like, I'm probably not here for the right reasons.
Yeah, my one friend said to me, I was like, yeah, I made her cry. And he's like, you haven't done shit until you make her cry. That's it. Make her sad for your life.
Yeah, another thing you failed at. That's so good to hear. Okay, it doesn't mean anything. So
it gives me such a boost when people get sad about my life. I'm like, yeah, no, it's like fine. Like it's normal.
So it's funny, like you didn't realize it when you're, and then you're like telling somebody like something that's like
Real
pretty normal
fucked up.
story. You're just like, hey, yeah, so like this, and then they look, they give you the like, wait, are you serious? Like, wait, is that weird?
Yeah, I hate that feeling. I'm like, oh shit, no, like somebody else's story, not mine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I didn't expect to go down that path, but that's definitely funny. I have like 2 questions for local comedy before we kind of wrap it up.
Whatever you need.
Yeah, that's what my therapist. No. What's your favorite place, at least locally? Because you were saying Helium in Buffalo gave you a shot. As far as local, because you have, didn't you get your picture up in the Improv?
First local comedy on the wall of the Pittsburgh Improv.
Yeah,
First
man.
local
Nice.
comic. Now, granted, it was because. Thank you. That's right. No, it was because the guy who took the pictures happened to be at the show that I was at. So I was just the first one who got the picture. I think they had like knew who they were going to put up on the wall, the different comedians, and I had the first picture. So I did it. What an honor! Like that really
That's super cool.
It really meant a lot to me, and I love those. I like the staff there, the management there is so good to me. I used to have a monthly that I did there. They let me do, and they treat me like gold. So like, without question, the Pittsburgh Improv. I mean, shout out to Paul and Garrett, and I mean the entire staff treats me great. So yeah, I mean I go there when I'm not performing. I go down there sometimes to watch and like, hey, you want to jump up on stage? We need somebody.
Yeah.
And they've always given me the opportunity to keep working and get better, and they respect me more than I probably deserve, which is nice. So yeah, I mean that's my favorite local spot. I mean I do like the upstairs at Arcade is a good Arcade Comedy Theater. The upstairs for stand up is very good. I hope that they continue doing comedy up there. That's a really great place. So Bottle Rocket's new. That's pretty fun. I mean, I like anywhere I could do that. Somebody lets me on stage talk about my tiny penis or whatever. So I love comedy so much. So anybody who lets me up, but I think improv has done a lot for me.
I think it's humble for you to say that about the improv for like, oh, I was in the right spot. Like, there's something to be said about being in the right spot at the right time. You're not in the right spot at the right time if you're not working and putting yourself in that position.
Yeah. I mean, they give me a lot though. They're very sweet to me. Yeah, I was the last person on stage before the pandemic. Mm-hmm. I was doing
Way to go.
Yeah, it was my fault. And I was the first person back on, last weekend off and the first one on, and that meant a lot. They're like, hey, you got that taken from you. You open it back up, and they put me on enough to where you got to be putting yourself in that position, and they trust me, and I think that means a lot to me. I love those guys.
I think that's awesome, and I think it's cool seeing anybody who gives a shit have success, and from what a lot of people are saying. Plus, I pay attention to a lot of the local scene and stuff.
Sure.
You're out there doing shows. Everybody loves what you have to say.
Oh.
Everybody says really nice things
damn,
about
dude,
you.
Really, sir? I fucking hate myself.
No, I'm kidding.
That's awesome to hear, man. That makes me happy.
Yeah, no, but it's awesome seeing people work and seeing people who give a shit succeed. Do you have any shows coming up, or what's the future look like?
Yeah, I got a ton of stuff. This Thursday, Brad Wenzel's coming. I do with my friend Shannon Norman.
Okay.
He owns a barbershop, and he runs comedy out with like really good comics are coming through like once a month in Highland Park at Branch Street Barbershop. This week we have a guy who's multiple Conan O'Brien sets is coming through the barbershop to do things. Guys later next month. Dudes who are writers for Comedy Central late night sets. So this Thursday I have that. The Pittsburgh Improv has Sam Morrell down there this weekend. I don't know if I'm doing anything there, but I might be down and around. Next Monday, I have a show at Mindful Brewing. I was just setting up on the way here, setting up a tour in October, November with a guy named Mike Rowland.
That's where Shay's beer's from, right? Mindful?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mindful,
Brewing.
Mindful Brewing's doing a lot of stand-up, don't they?
Castle
Is
Shannon?
that Ian Doherty that does that?
Ian Doherty, yeah. He did. It's his second show, so I'm doing that. Arcade, I just got asked today in like 3 weeks, I think, I'm headlining a show upstairs at Arcade. I have got a little tour going on. Like, gonna go do some shows in Columbus and Cleveland. So I'm bouncing around doing a bunch. So you could just find it. I'll post eventually somewhere on like Instagram or something.
Yeah,
I'm not really into. I don't do enough on that, and I don't sell myself. But people come to me, and I don't try to get really too many gigs. I usually let them come to me. I don't force it. But I'm lucky enough that I can be booked on most weekends. I can be. So if you look me up on Instagram, and you really give a shit. If you do, you can probably.
Well, we'll
find me
tag
somewhere.
you and everything, and if anybody wants to click through that, find out Seneca, go see his shows. Seneca, I don't expect you to for sure know this answer, but are there any places around here where people can see comedy like after 10 p.m.?
After 10 p.m.
Because like I work in a restaurant, and a lot of my friends work in restaurants and stuff. We get off at 9 or whatever it is, and it seems like nothing in Pittsburgh, at least that I know of, is around after 9, especially after 10.
Yeah.
Are you like weekday?
Any day.
Any day. All right. So
Weekday.
the Improv will always have late shows that start. They're supposed to start at 9:45. I bet you could probably get there at 10 o'clock and see it.
Yeah.
They always have a late show on Fridays and Saturdays. Those always exist. And they go from 10 o'clock till midnight. So they're always there, usually rowdy.
Yeah.
There is some late shows Arcade has. During the week, they're open mics if you wanted to see something, but there's a spot called Willow Station that starts on Tuesday. That starts a little late, and that goes deeper. And Scarpazi's in Mount Washington, that is an open mic. That's been going pretty late lately. But those are like open mics.
Yeah.
A grab bag. But I'd certainly just check the Improv and Arcade. They have late shows on Saturdays and Fridays, for sure. That will start after 10 o'clock.
Yeah, definitely. Well, like I said, we'll tag you in it. Definitely check out Seneca's stuff. Watch for him to post for any of his shows. Check out Michelle. Michelle, thank you again for coming in. Thank you for bringing all the wings. I'm about to devour some more.
Thanks for having me back.
It's always so nice having you in here. You take great pictures, and you're so knowledgeable. I love hearing about it, and I can't wait to hear what you have next time.
Yeah, I can't wait to be back. We'll find out what day that is.
Yeah, we'll discuss it after. We'll find a day in, what's the next month, September? Oh, geez.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. Shay,
I can't promise you.
it's fantastic having you
You have
today.
to come back on the same day.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I don't like whenever she's on and I'm not here.
You
so
know
make
what?
sure that's
Yeah,
the same thing.
we'll figure it out and make sure that it matches up for you. But Seneca, thank you so much for
thanks
taking the
having me
time.
on. That's what I really appreciate. I see you guys doing stuff and having these hacks like Mark Shimkit's on, and it's just like, how dare you not ask me?
Yeah.
Thanks very much. I appreciate all you guys.
It was a pleasure. Our pleasure.
Nice
Absolutely.
meeting you.
No, it was super fun to talk to you. It was super, and I liked hearing all about it.
Yeah.
I for sure.
Yeah, I
did.
don't know that sometimes talking shop can be pretty boring, so I apologize. I know, I don't know. I like it, but
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people are like, I don't give a fuck about.
No, it's nice to hear about
The
people
min-
who actually care about what they're doing and
Yeah.
in the process. of
And I think the
doing
people
stuff.
that are listening to this podcast do
Do care.
they're interested in it at
Oh
least.
hell yeah, good.
So, but yeah, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try to see the show as soon as I can. Shay, let's plan something, man.
Absolutely. Hey,
let's
if we
take
can
a
do
day
a
off,
late
man.
night
We've
show,
earned it, man.
It works.
Yeah.
It can work for us.
We'll do it. Michelle, you can come too, obviously.
Absolutely.
We'll all plan it. Let's
Come
go
on,
see
girl.
Seneca,
I'm
man.
in.
All right, but for Seneca and Michelle, for the wonderful, the lovely Shaylee baby, I am Chris. Thank you for listening.
All I'm going to say is I'm so happy
Yeah.
that I was allowed to be part of your day.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We hope you had a good time. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the show to catch the latest episodes and share with your friends. We can't promise not to embarrass you. And if you just can't get enough, follow us on Instagram at Poor Man's Podcast 412, Twitter at Poor Man's Pod 412, and Facebook. This is Pittsburgh's own Poor Man's Podcast signing off. See you next week.